Warriors, let's go ahead and sing our math song. Math, math, we like it, we love it, we want some more of it. M-A-T-H, M-A-T-H, math. Awesome participation, great job. Let's see, Miss Carly, can you read our Knowledge for College board objective for today?
I can add two 3-digit numbers using the splitting strategy with base 10 blocks.
Awesome, and all together?
I can add two 3-digit numbers using the splitting strategy with base 10 blocks.
Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about the splitting strategy with 3-digit numbers. You guys have been working so hard on 2-digit numbers and your strategies for how to add 2-digit numbers, and today we're going to move on and challenge ourselves and add another digit to make it a 3-digit number. So we know that the strategy of splitting works for 2-digit numbers. I want you to make a prediction if you think it would work for a 3-digit number, adding two 3-digit numbers together. I want you to make a prediction if you think that would work. Think about it for a second. Would it work for 3 digits? All right, and just curious. Show me a thumbs up if you think it would work. Thumbs down if you don't. Just whatever you think. Okay, awesome. All right, hands down. Who can tell me what splitting is? What's splitting? Saloni.
Splitting is where you have two numbers and you split them into the different place values, and then you add them up and to get your answer.
Awesome. Would anybody like to repeat what Saloni said in their own words or similar words? Maddie?
Splitting is an easy way to add numbers using place value.
Yes, using place value. So the key words I'm hearing is splitting numbers up into their place value. Who can tell me what they mean by place value? What is place value? What does that mean? Devin?
It's like the tens place and the ones place. It's like that.
Okay, so it's splitting up into the tens or ones.
Hundreds place or thousands place.
Okay, awesome. So I'm looking at the board here at two-digit numbers, and I want to add them. And I want to use the splitting strategy. What math resource in our classroom, math manipulative that we have, what can we use to represent this number sentence? Anybody have an idea of what we can use? Mariah?
We could use splitting.
Yes, so to show splitting, what resource can we use to actually show it on the board?
I forgot.
That's okay. Tristan?
Base 10 blocks.
We can use base 10 blocks. Exactly. So I want you to turn to your partner when I say go, and I want you to discuss how you could show this number sentence, 34 plus 23, how could you show that using base 10 blocks? Go. Eyes on me in 3, 2, 1. I saw some awesome conversations going on. I would like somebody to come up to the board, and I have base 10 blocks up here. And I want you to show me how you can represent that number using the base 10 blocks. Layla, why don't you come on up and show me?
So you could have 3 tens for 30, and then 4 ones for the 4. And for 23, you could use 2 3 ones. And the 30 plus the 20 equals a 50. So and then that 4 plus the 7 equals 57.
So you did 3 tens for the 30. You did 4 ones for the 4. 2 tens for the 20 and 3 ones for the 3, and then you put them all together. Why did you put them all together?
Because when you put them together, you could make the whole number like your answer.
Okay, so our answer would be what?
57.
57. Let's give Layla a round of applause. Nice job, Layla. Does anybody agree or disagree with Layla? All right. Looks like we have 100% agreeing with you, Layla. Nice job. All right, so now I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a different number sentence on the board. I want you to look at this equation right here. And I want you to tell me how these are different than the last problem I put on the board. How are these different than the last one I put on the board? It's different. Lainey, what's different?
Because in this equation, there's a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number.
Awesome. Did anybody else notice that? I noticed that too. Do you think we could use splitting to solve this equation?
Yes. Yes.
How would we do that? How would we do that? Deb, why don't you come on up and help me out?
I'm kind of confused.
That's okay. I'll help you through it. So we had two 2-digit numbers up here, right?
Yeah.
And now we have a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could still use splitting and split them up into place value to solve this?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. Can one of your classmates walk him through this? Just walk him through it. He's going to put the things up, but I want you to kind of walk him through it.
Okay.
You can use these, honey. Use your base 10 blocks.
So, do you get how you put 1 in 26? 26, so I put 2 tens in 6 ones. Do you get that? Yeah. I just don't. Wait. I thought we were doing the strategy.
We are.
No, I don't. I don't mean like the base 10 blocks. I mean like, just like.
Splitting.
Yeah.
Are you meaning you're used to us writing it out like this?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, so these base 10 blocks are a resource that we can use to show that.
Oh.
Right? Because what is this, Devin? Right here.
100?
That's 100. So see how I'm showing this using base 10 blocks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now keep going.
So, you put there's 100 and 2 tens and 6 ones for 126, and there's 7 tens for 72, and there's 2 ones for 72. And then when you put them together, when you put the tens and when you add the tens, it equals 90.
Devin, just a question, clarifying question. Why are you putting the tens together? Why do you do that?
Because when you put them together, it's like you put them together because when you put them together and you count all of them together, then it gives you the answer.
Okay, so would you add the ones to the tens, or would you add the ones to the ones?
The ones to the ones.
And then what would you add the tens to the?
To the tens.
Okay, so go ahead and do that.
And it equals 198.
Equals 198. Do you guys agree? We see some cheers for you, Devin. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cassie, for coming up and helping out. Great job. It does equal 198. Because boys and girls, remember, when we are splitting into place value, we have to make sure that we always are adding all the hundreds together, all the tens together, and all the ones together. Now in this case, we only have 100, so we're not adding it to anything. But does it just disappear?
No.
No, we just keep it there. And we add up all of our tens and then all of our ones. Awesome. Now, before we move on, when I say go, I want you to show me a thumbs up if you're feeling good about this and you're ready to move on, or a thumbs down if you're still needing some more clarification. Go, show me. Okay. So Miss Sophia, what would you like to go over another example, or can I answer any questions for you?
No, can I do another example then?
Sure. So we're gonna do another example with splitting, and then we're also gonna get a chance to work with base 10 blocks at our seats, and I'll make sure I come around and we'll talk about it. Okay? All right. So let's do another example. So far we know that it works for a 2-digit number plus a 2-digit number. We know splitting works for a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number. What do you think the next step in our progression would be? What do you think our next step would be? Trino?
3-digit number and 3-digit.
Yes, 3-digit number and 3-digit number. So we have 235 plus 163. I want you guys to look at that for a second, and I want you to think about it and how I could show this with using base 10 blocks. Base 10 blocks flying everywhere. Thank you. All right, Trino, come on up and let's show us how we can use splitting to solve this.
So we get 200 for 235
Okay.
with 3 tens.
Can I ask you a question? How do you know to put 200? How do you know that you have 200s and 3 tens? How do you know that?
Because it's 235. It has a 30 and a 10.
Okay. Thank you to the audience for slanting and watching Trina work his problem out.
And then 163. And then
But can you explain to me what's going on right now? What you're doing?
I have 163. I have 6 tens and 100, and then 235 and 200 because it's 235 and 3 tens and 5 ones.
Okay.
So I add the 100 to the 200 over here. So that makes 300
And then use this to help you.
yeah.
I know they're kind of hard to move.
300 right here. From these 300. And then add the 3 tens to the 6 tens, and that makes 90. So we have 390, and then 5 plus 3 equals 8, and then so we have 390.
Trina, how do you know how to put them all together?
Oh, I just put them all together, and
But how do you know to do that?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's a really great clarifying question, Cassie. So Trino,
Yeah.
let's think about this, because you do know, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so you split them into place values, and then Cassie wants to know why did you add them up? Why did you add them up?
Because it's easier to find the answer for me, and I just work with my brain.
So you worked it with your brain. Fabulous. What else? How do we know we're adding?
Because there's a plus sign right there.
You have the plus sign. Good. Does that answer your question? Okay. Thank you, Trino. Nice job. Got it. All right. So, you guys are doing really great with this. Does splitting work with 3-digit numbers?
Yes.
Yes.
But not really when you split it out like when you you draw a carrot and then okay.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Do you think splitting works?
You taught this to me. A carrot. The number in writing where there's not that much space, then you draw a carrot and then draw what write what you need to write above the carrot.
Yeah. I'm just curious how that's related to this.
Because in splitting, there's this carrot under each number.
Oh, are you talking about number strings?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, writing? What does that have to do? Okay, you actually read my mind. That's where we're going next, is I'm going to talk to you guys about the number strings. So, just move these out of the way. So, Warriors, in our number talks lessons, we learn many different strategies on how to add and subtract. Splitting is a strategy that we have used for 2-digit numbers, and we're actually going to be practicing with 3-digit numbers today. So I'm just going to show it to you. It's very similar to how a 2-digit number string looks like, and I think this is where Devin was talking about his carrot symbol. So I'm going to show it to you, but I'm also going to ask for your help because I want to make sure that you guys are also involved with this, because you know how to do splitting with number strings, but we've never done it with 3 digits. So this is a good challenge for us today, but I'd like for you to walk me through it. So I'm just going to pick on some random people, and you're going to tell me what number to write. So Shashwat, if I'm splitting 235, what would my value of my 2 be?
200.
200. Very good. And Sarah, if I'm splitting the number 235, what would my value of the 3 be?
30.
30. Miss Sophia, what would my value of my 5 be?
5.
Good, 5. Are you with me so far? All right, Gabby, what would my value of the 1 be in 163? 100, very good. And let's see, who have I not called on? Gavin, what would my value be for the 6?
60.
60. And just say, what about the last one? 3, very good. So, we can use base 10 blocks to show these numbers like we've been doing in this lesson so far. We can show the 200, the 30, and the 5. But when we do number talks and number strings, we can write the number below, just like this. And as we know, actually, I want you to make sure you understand this before I move on. When I start stringing these numbers together to add them, what place values do I have to add to each other? What place values do I have to add to each other? Carly?
What you do is
You want me to re-say my question? After I go to this step, I've split all of the numbers in the place value. When I start adding them up together now, what do I add? What do I draw my string to?
Oh, you draw the string. So, say I'm doing the 3 from 163.
Okay?
You have to do it to the other ones.
The other ones. Why?
Because if you added it to another place, then you would get the wrong answer.
Yeah, so we have to make sure that when we're adding, we add up the ones together, the tens together, and the hundreds together. So, Warriors, what is 5 plus 3?
8.
What is 60 plus 30?
90.
And what is 100 plus 200?
300.
What's 300 plus 90?
390.
And what's 390 plus 8?
390.
You forgot to write the plus signs.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is
that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So does splitting work with 3-digit numbers? Yes! So here, the point of learning math, boys and girls, is because we use it in our everyday lives. We have to use math all the time. When we go to the grocery store, when we are planning for a vacation, there's always math involved in so many things. And so if we understand how splitting works, we can do this stuff in our head. We can do mental math. We can picture, okay, where are my ones, my tens, my hundreds? And you can add them up in your head. Eventually, we get to that point. And then you guys are like math wizards, and you can do so many different math equations and things out in your everyday life. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, but when we're done with 3-digit numbers, are we going to do 4-digit?
Oh, you betcha.
Yes.
Oh, you betcha. Eventually, we will get there. Miss Cassie has a question.
Oh no, yesterday I did a 3-digit. My dad told me a 3-digit. And I don't know, but I could try. Then I did it and I got it right.
That's awesome. You always got to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone, because that's how learning happens. All right. So, who's ready to try some on their own with a partner? All right. So, listen very carefully. I need you looking at me. Put your goggles on. Looking at me. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Okay. You are going to work with a partner. Okay, now that your goggles are on, we can then now put our hands in our laps and we're slanting and facing Mrs. Waldron. Thank you. All right, now that we have done a couple together as a group, you're going to try a couple at your own seat with your own partner. Some of you guys have a group of 3. You guys work together. And you guys are going to be given a mat, a work mat. And your work mat looks like this. Pretty cool, huh? It's laminated for you. Why do you think I laminated this? I mean, it looks nice laminated, but I have a reason. Why did I laminate this? Ame?
You laminated it because if it wasn't laminated and you wrote on it with marker, it would stay on it.
Yeah, so it's like a whiteboard, right? So we can use this for our math today, for all of our examples. We can use the same work mat for all of our examples, which is great. So your work mat is at your desk and it's blank. And you have base 10 blocks at your desk as well. Gabby, I need you. Eyes on me, please. Thank you. Your work mat is going to end up looking like this. Look at that. So, let's go through this really quickly before we move on to you guys working with your partners. So, if my equation is 132 plus 345, your equation is going to be on the Elmo. I'm going to have it projected up there so you know your number sentence is going to be up there. So what I'm going to do is, on my work mat, I'm going to write my first number, 132. And then I'm going to, Juliana, why don't you come have a seat right here, sweetheart, so you can see. I'm going to stand over here. And then I'm going to have my second number, 345, is going to be right here. And I'm going to break it up into place value. I have my hundreds, tens, and ones. How many hundreds do I have here?
1.
How many tens?
3.
How many twos?
2.
Easy peasy?
Pumpkin.
Yes.
It's so
345. How many hundreds do I have?
3.
Now, boys and girls, what do you notice about these right here that's different about that one? Tristan? They're stacked. So if we place all of them out, we're not going to have enough room. So just stack them. Does the place value change if you stack them? No. Cassie, I'm going to answer your question in just a moment, okay? Then we have 4 tens. We have 5 hundreds. So you complete your work mat. You build the numbers with base 10 blocks. Then you add them all up. How many hundreds do you have? How many tens do you have? How many ones do you have? Because we know from today's lesson, you always have to add the ones with the tens with the, and the hundreds with the hundreds. When you're done building your number and solving your equation, you are going to try out a number string. I wrote it out for you as an example right here. It's just like the one that we did as our example.
Any number thing?
No, you're gonna practice the splitting strategy. So I know that you guys are excited and you probably want to try a lot of other strategies right now. But since this is the first time we're doing 3 digits, I want you to stick to the splitting strategy so that you can practice it, okay? So you're going to, just like we do with 2-digit numbers, same thing, we're just adding another digit. So we split it up into place value, we draw our strings to add our place values up, and we get our answer. So you're going to practice this, okay? So first you're going to build it. Second, you're gonna solve it. Third, you're gonna draw it. Are there any questions? Yes.
You made 2 mistakes because you said how many 2s? Because it was like this. How many 2s?
Oh, I gave the answer in my question. Oh, bummer.
And then
Good
you
catch.
put how many in 500s?
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, I need to be paying attention a little bit more. Thank you for catching my mistake. Hope I didn't confuse anybody. Yes.
And on your whiteboard, you added 170 to 7, you wrote 170. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You got the 170.
It looks
So,
like
100 to 300 is 400.
You wrote 470 instead of 477.
Oh, at the answer. Oh gosh, you guys.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Good catch.
yeah, and I think the whiteboard's upside down.
Me too.
It is?
Yes.
Look on the back.
All
On the
right.
back.
It's fine. Okay, have we caught all of my mistakes now?
It's upside down.
All right. Don't worry about that. It's fine. All right. So 1, you're going to build it. 2, solve it. 3rd, draw it. Very good. When I say go, you're going to go back to your desks. You're going to sit down with your partner and you're going to wait for the equation to pop up on the board. Once the equation pops up, you're going to start to build it. And you have your whiteboard marker. You can write the numbers on the sides and down here to find your answer. Yes.
When you said on the bottom where it says 345, when you look in the ones, you said that was the hundreds.
I know. We already discussed that, but we understand, right? Okay. Hundreds, tens, ones. I think I was going too fast. It's all right. Is it okay to make mistakes?
Yes.
Because what?
Because you learn from
Because
it.
you learn from it. Exactly. All right. Again, when I say go, back to your seats, waiting for your equation. When the equation comes up, what do you do?
Write it. No, put the blocks on.
You're going to build it. Then you're going to
Solve it.
solve it. Then you're going to
Draw.
draw it. And if you forget, we have a little sign over here too. Build it, solve it, draw it. All right, go.
Can we sit down?
At your desks, yes. Absolutely. All right. So looking at our board, our equation is 284 plus 315. Build it with your partner.
Okay. I'll do
You do the tens and ones, I'll do the hundreds. Let's do it. You do the Okay. I'll make the first.
So make sure you put your numbers in here so that you know what you're building. Okay? Sorry, honey. Nice job. Make sure you write the numbers in that you're solving for so that you know what you're building.
build this number. Okay, so put the 8, no, put the 8.
Just try to remember to write it. That's fine, you can use that one.
Okay.
I want you guys to write in here so that you know what you're building.
I think ours is over there.
I know, but that's not all for you guys. That side's for Sophia and you. That side's for the Kenneth. It's not all for you.
All right.
So that starts with this erase normally.
Good. Awesome.
Okay, let me go to. How about you do the 1 to 10, so I'll do the 100 right here. This is your bag. Take those. Okay, let's separate these two. And 3, 10, and then 100. Add them. I'll have 5 yours.
Okay, so you have 8, 10.
So you get so I know that. Wait, we can use our whiteboards. Okay. So here is just 110 and 284.
Okay, I put. I need to put 4 more.
You building away?
Okay, she's now going to the bottom. I'm doing 110.
And why did you pick 5 out?
Because
You said there's 5 11s, so you had to put 5 there? Awesome. Now what do you do?
Then now we have to
Solve the equation? Okay, can you show me how?
So you add 800.
Okay.
Now let's count them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5. This is 500. So we put 5 here.
Do you agree with that? Okay.
And then if you add all 9 here. And then all of this will be 90. 1, 2, 5. It will be 9.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And if you add all these 1s.
9.
We got the answer. Then it's going to be 9. That was easy peasy.
Okay, now
Wait, we already did.
Yeah.
That was easy. All we have to do is put these. So all we have to do is. So this is our routine.
Tell me.
500. So we write these two.
I want you to come explain it
And
to
then
me
we
just
put
a
these
second.
all
I'm gonna finish
together,
up with
and
Sophia
then
and
I'll
I'll
count
be
the
right there.
hundreds and tens, and you can count the ones, and then I get to
job.
write 500.
So what do you guys do next after you solve it?
And then you draw the number.
Show me your number strings. Show it to me.
we write.
All right, Trina.
We draw the number
You
string.
seem so excited. I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about how you solved it.
8.
Miss Waldron already solved it.
We solved it with strategy. 84. So I left the 4 begin on its own and
Equals
200. 9.
I don't know if it's plus yet. It's plus. Sorry, it's plus.
8 equals 90, and I know. I didn't. 9 plus 9
Equals.
9 right here, and then I still have the 300, so it's still at 399, and then I added the 200 to the 399, and I got 500.
So did I.
Wait,
So did I.
what did we do?
Nice job. Your number strings look great.
We already filled it out. We're already solving that.
Cassie, isn't this an exciting way to think about numbers? Yeah.
Sorry,
All right.
This is mine.
Okay, did it.
Okay, we're just finishing up with the rest of the class. So if you guys want to practice this one more time, then we're going to move on. How are we doing over here, ladies?
84.
What we get?
We got 599.
Nice job.
15,
Okay, over here. Your board looks nice.
300, 500.
Oh, dang it.
You guys do it over here.
599.
So 599.
You're doing your draw it. Okay.
599.
Warriors ready to rock?
Ready to roll.
I have to say, you are rocking this lesson. You guys, yeah, you are. You guys are doing a great job. I love the conversations I'm hearing. I love you guys following directions. You're building your numbers to show the numbers a certain way, and then you're solving it, and then you're drawing it in a different way. Awesome. I'm very proud. Go ahead and erase your boards. It's okay because we're going to do another one. Erase your work mats, and we're going to start over with a new equation. By the time I get to 0, I need you ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1/2. A quarter. And 0. You guys don't have to worry about putting them all in the bags because guess what? They're going to come right back out. But just kind of keep them off to the side so you don't get confused. Wow. Okay. Who's ready for our next example? Me. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Exactly what
Ready?
I said.
Set.
Go.
Okay, no, I can put the things out. You write the equation. I put the things out. You have to write it. Once you write it.
Let's build it. Nice job, Sophia.
You write the numbers. You write the numbers. I need a borrow one. Dang it. I need a borrow one. That's 565. I actually done with that. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm going to put 600 it's my turn to get the bigger number. Fine. Which one's then? After. I just want to solve that. I want here.
How do you know?
Because I looked right here. 210. 6.
So I told you have 6 tens?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can you write that 8? I didn't know. Now, we're going to count them. So 6, 7, 8. How many more? 8. 5, 1, and 3. 6, 7, 8. 8. Alright. 8.
What do you notice? Okay, Joanna, have a seat.
It works now.
Joshua, explain to me what's going on over here.
I know.
Yeah?
I'm good. No?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. 6, 7, 8.
Okay, go. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8. Equals 6, 8. 7, 8. 8.
Nice job. Now I want you to draw it for me. Show me in a different way. What do you guys notice about your answer?
They're all the same number.
They're all the same number. Exactly.
Numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7,
I got
8, 2, 6.
Oh, you got 3 now?
crazy ones.
886? Okay, let's look at it.
Erase it. This is not the correct.
So you guys got 2 different answers. So let's stop with our drawing and let's go back to our board.
I can erase it.
What number are you adding here? Right here,
Does it
Trina.
work like that?
What's the first number? It's okay.
Pretty good.
What goes here?
Don't do that tonight. Okay, got it.
Okay, so go ahead and write that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 888. 888.
What goes here?
888.
This is fun. Look how much we have to go.
So, good job. So, how many hundreds do we have here?
Six.
Okay. How many tens? How many ones? So is that correct? Okay, let's look here. How many hundreds? How many tens?
I'm gonna practice.
How many ones?
I
Do we have one too many? Okay, we'll take that away. Now, how many hundreds do you have? Total.
So now we have to erase our whiteboard.
Not yet. Write it down. No, I don't want you worrying about that right now. I want you to focus here. Write down your hundreds. Any hundreds. How many tens do we have?
888, got it? Yeah, so now we erase it.
Juliana, I know we're really excited, but I need you to take it down a notch, please. Thank you.
600. Okay, 880. So we did it.
Count these. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what goes here? So what's your answer?
Oh, this is sideways.
You got it. Well, you had the wrong amount over here originally. I think that's maybe what got you confused. So now go ahead and try that one more time now that you know your right place values. All right. How you guys doing over here? Good. You practicing your number strings?
Get your fingers in your knees.
Okay. 30 more seconds, guys. 30 more seconds. Have you already gone through one time with your number strings? Awesome. Okay. You guys are good over here.
She does
Really excited.
Can you why
please push your chair in
because
here?
it's such
Thank you.
We're all done. Guys.
All right. What'd you guys get?
888.
I didn't do that on purpose. It just coincidentally happened.
Yeah.
She just wrote random equation.
Yes.
All the place values are the same.
All right. Before we move on to our next example, did anybody have any aha moments?
What do you mean,
Like
Any aha moments? Any moments where something clicked for you that hasn't clicked before? Trino.
I didn't know that it was 888.
You didn't know it was 888? What did you think it was?
I thought it was 886.
And how did you figure that out? How did you solve that? I mean, how did you overcome that and learn from that?
I added all the hundreds and that equals 800, and I added all the tens, that equals 80, and I added all the fives, and that equals 8, and then got 888.
Okay, awesome. Nice job, Trino. All right. We have time for one more example. Go ahead and erase your boards.
Where's my tissue?
By the time I get to 0, I need you ready to go for our last example. 5, 4, 3.
This time,
2,
no, I'm doing the hundreds.
1. I need you to be erasing your boards and getting ready for the next one. Just use your neighbors. It's no biggie. Okay, boys and girls. Our last problem is... You ready?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
I'll write it. Okay,
36 and 4, 22. You guys already have that written down. You guys are quick.
22. I'm doing tens. I'm doing hundreds. And I do one. Yay! How wonderful. Okay,
Juliana.
Wait, it's okay. I got it.
I know you just make sure that we're not screaming in class because we don't want to distract them.
Done.
Can you work on that for me?
That was easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's what I put 2. Oh, 6. No. 7. Okay. 7. There's 7. 5, 4, 6, 8. You told me the answer. No, I didn't. Yeah. I just told you 7. Excuse me, dear. Do you want it to be straight or crooked? Doesn't matter. Mariah, keep on doing that. Why do I keep on doing it with my fingers? I'm about to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 5.
I'm going to have you come up and share that later. I think you're doing an amazing job, and that's a great example to show. Would you mind doing that in just a few minutes?
Yeah. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it.
It kind of looks like a T-Rex.
Okay. 1, 2.
You guys, about 30 more seconds.
2, 3.
Yep.
Mrs. Waldron. 4.
Actually, it looks like a T-Rex.
So since we have some extra time, why don't you try it one more time? Practice one more time.
That's what I do. Okay, I got 78. Me too. I got 78 too. Oh yeah,
Here's your almost done.
who wants to go first? I'll get your number for you. No, just it. Okay. 336, 426, 122.
All right, warriors, ready to rock? Ready to roll. You guys are getting a lot quicker at this. Nice job. I need for you to cap your pens. That's all I want you to do. Don't worry about erasing right now. Just cap your pens. And I need you to track the speaker up front. I would like Gavin to come up. Gavin's been working really hard. We've all been working really hard. And his number string looks really nice. And I would like him to kind of come up and share his thinking. And then we're going to wrap up. You can have the Elmo set up, so you can just put it down on the Elmo. Can you see it okay? Oop. So, wait one sec, Gavin. I'm going to make sure all of our friends are slanting, looking at Gavin, giving him all of our attention. We have time for cleanup, but just a little later. Okay, sweetheart, go ahead and share your thoughts about your number strings.
So, I split it 422 to 420 into, and 336 into, I split it up into 336. 400 plus 300 equals 700. It's just the same thing as 4 plus 7, but you just add 2 more zeros to it, and it'll make 400 hundreds.
Can you point to the numbers as you're explaining it to us?
So 400 plus 300 equals 700. 200 plus 300 equals 50. Okay, 20 plus 30 equals 50.
Okay.
2 plus 6 equals 8, and 700 plus 50 equals 750. 750 plus 8 equals 758.
Thank you, Gavin. You can take that back to your seat. All right, while I have your attention, make sure that you are hands-free. You guys, I'm going to kind of wrap up the lesson by talking about, again, what we learned today. And can someone tell me what we learned? What was our objective? What was our objective? Sophia? For math. What was our objective for this lesson?
Base 10 blocks.
Using base 10 blocks. What else about using base 10 blocks? Who can tell me? Jasiah?
Learning how to do splitting the 3-digit numbers.
Yes, using the splitting strategy to add 2 3-digit numbers. Do you feel you met the objective? Yeah, do you guys feel that you learned how to add 3-digit numbers with splitting? Yeah? So I want you to turn to your talk partner if you're in your group of 3. Tell them one new thing you learned today. Go.
Three-digit numbers, because I didn't really know what three-digit numbers was.
More than one way.
Yeah. I learned how to splitting with three-digit numbers.
I heard things like I've never used numbers this way. I heard things like I learned what a 3-digit number was. I heard somebody say that they learned how to use base 10 blocks the appropriate way. A lot of new learning moments we had in here. So, again, hands free and eyes up front. I know there's a lot of really fun things in front of you, but I want you to really look carefully at this. You guys are going to be taking an exit ticket assessment. Your exit ticket, you are going to solve the problem 137 plus 651. There's a spot for you to use base 10 blocks. Are your base 10 blocks going to fit on this little tiny piece of paper? No. So what do you think you could do instead? And this is something that we've done in the past. It's not the first time we've done this. So what could you do instead, Lainey?
You can draw it.
You can just draw it. So just like we would draw with 2-digit numbers, draw it with 3. Same exact thing. Base 10 blocks goes here. Then I want you to draw the number string here, okay? And then very last thing is, how can you use splitting to solve this equation? I want you to use your words. Explain to me how splitting works and how it works for this equation with your answer up top. Are there any questions? Carly? Don't worry about your stuff in front of you right now. We're going to clean up after. Your number 1 priority is your exit ticket. When you're done with your exit ticket, where does it go? Everybody point to the turn-in basket so there's no confusion. Okay, same place we turn in our papers every day. Turn-in basket. Then you may go and get your math game. Your math games are located over here, and we discussed that earlier. Are there any questions?